This video is sponsored in part by Boutique FDB for all your wargaming needs, and is also sponsored by Parabellum Games, who donated this awesome 2-player starter box. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day. So I'm back with another city-states miniature. These are the Hoplites, and we're going to be assembling them and painting them. Assembling them was super easy. These were great miniatures to put together, very simple. And this is the leader of the Hoplites that I'm going to be painting on the channel today. I don't want to go through every single one of them and show you how I paint every single one of them, but so what we're doing is just the leader here, who's got an awesome looking shield. And these guys are just really cool, and I really love how this miniature turned out in the end. We started off with a matte black primer here because it's always the best way. I find black is almost one of the best ways to start with a primer because you really get to see what you're painting over. And we're going to be using a color Triad again. I love these color Triads from Army Painter's Air Paints. And we're starting off with a little bit of Sapphire Gem, which is a beautiful bright blue, and you can see I'm putting this on his cape. I'm putting it on that dressing of the shield. I'm going to be putting it on that little front little, I don't even know, you know what, I don't even know the names of half of this equipment on the Spartan looking things. And then crystal blue now from a kind of like a zenithal highlight, and then a final highlight of ionic blue just on some of the really raised edges. Really make this miniature pop, and look at what it's doing on that cape. I just love the color Triads. If you haven't tried airbrushing and you're afraid to get into it, Army Painter makes it so easy to get into. Now we're going to be doing all the skin on this miniature, which is not much, but it's very hard to get into certain areas, especially around his neck here. And we're using some tanned flesh from the Army Painter. Yeah, and I thought like that piece in the middle was going to show his mouth or his skin or whatever, but it gets covered up with the other paint I use later on. But it doesn't matter. And then there's some of his arm here is like mechanical, which is awesome with these city-states. It looks like they have like bionic arms or whatever. Just a quickie as well, if you're looking into getting into Conquest, or you already love playing Conquest, you can go on their web store and use EastMini10 as a promo code, and you'll save 10%, and you're going to support the channel because I get a little bit of profit from whatever people buy online using my code. So hey, think about that. And if you're thinking of playing this game, it is an amazing game. I don't get to play off it as much as I would love to, but I love the miniatures. I love painting them. They've come such a long way with their miniatures over the last couple of years. I've only been into this game for the last few months, but it is just mind-blowing how the miniatures are, and the gameplay is so easy to learn. Everything is at your fingertips. Everything is on their website. Your army builder is there. Go take a look. It's amazing. You can get some great deals, and my code is good anywhere in the world, by the way, whether you're in Europe or Brazil or wherever you are. Oak brown next for the boots. And I forgot how thin this paint is and how weird it is even if you shake it a lot. Plus it is glossy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use it on the other 11 models in this regiment, but it turns out looking nice in the end. And I didn't do any metallics on it, which it does show in the artwork, some metallics on their boots, but I found that these boots looked good just like as leather boots or just as darker boots. I didn't want to add too many metallics to it because what I'm going to be doing to this miniature is going to be pretty metallic already. I don't know if you saw in the picture at the beginning, but yeah, I'm trying something really cool, especially on the leader, because it won't be the same for the other guys. But anyways, some Void Shield blue now for that feathering on top of his beautiful helmet there. And I think there's actually a name for this, for that feather, like the I don't know, the headdress or whatever, but there is a name for it in the old Roman kind of lore, I guess, or the history. If you do know it, by the way, just comment it down below, and if I have a chance to look it up before I publish, or before I not publish, but if I have a chance to look it up, I will add it in the comments below as well. And we're just doing a little bit more of a skirt here. Just making sure, again, there's some like areas some people would not have put their the shield on or the weapon on, and some people paint these pieces independently, but I don't know. Anyways, here's where we're going crazy, folks. I'm using some Elven Armour. So this is a very deep blue metallic, which is from Army Painter, and it's from their metallics paint range of colors. This is a beautiful blue, and my goal was to make this guy really pop on the battlefield. He's the leader, he's got this amazing shield, he's got this amazing armor, and we're really gonna make him stand out on the battlefield. Plus all the blue already, I find it just makes it really nice. The skin contrast against it, the brown, the headpiece there, the plumage or whatever you want to call it, is just really popping. It really makes this miniature become an eye candy on the table. This is one of the miniatures I am so proud of how it turned out. I gave it a lot more time than it deserves, probably, because I mean, you do have 12 of these to paint in a regiment. I don't even know when I'll get to the other 11 eventually, because I got so much gray to paint. It's ridiculous. This hobby can get overwhelming quite quickly, but just the fact that you paint one, you look at it and you're like, wow. So then you're gonna mimic the other ones, and yeah. So I have the phalangites too to paint as well, which are similar to these ones. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna put them on the channel or not. If you want to see them, comment down below. I might make it just a quick little video of what differences I did with the phalangites, because they pretty much look identical to the hoplites, because it is a dual kit as well, so you can make either or. But in the end, it's still pretty awesome to have it. And I would change the color scheme, of course, like just so that they're not all the same. But it would have some of the blue, because that's the whole point of this army, is to have some of the blue. Even that Minotaur, I put just like a blue dress on him, light blue dress, just have that blue again come out. And I'm gonna do the same with the other Minotaur, the Haspists. That'll be coming on the channel eventually as well. Alright, we're using a little bit of charred brown. This is from Vallejo, because I find this brown I can't get in Army Painter. This is a really awesome looking brown. It's perfect for his staff here, or the pike that he's holding. And I'm also going to use it on the wrist thing that's holding up the shield with it as well. And I thought this would be a good color for the boots on the future mini, so I think I'm going to be using that one. A little bit of combat gold. So this is also bright gold. Combat gold is actually from the Zombicide Invader paint set, but it's their bright gold metallic, so it's almost like brighter than the greedy gold. And I'm doing this on the tip of that spear, or that spike, or pike. And some of these little ornaments here and there, these little things on there, there's got a little shield, like little spikes picking out of there. The edge, or the end of it as well. Really beautiful color on that. And then I'm just going to be adding blue tone to everything that's blue. Why? Because it's going to add a wash, going to add some depth. Look at what it does to that cape. Just finishes it off nicely. It keeps that nice 3-layer of the war paints, and it's gonna glisten down, like maybe make it a little bit more matte for the armor, not too much. It's still gonna have a shine to it, but it's gonna get in all those nooks and crannies, really make it pop. And then when I'm gonna do the final touches to all the armor, you're gonna see how beautiful it turns out. And like I said, if you guys haven't played Conquest, do take a look at it. If you can get to your local gaming store and they have demos of it, you can ask for demos. It's just awesome. We're using a little soft skin wash now, where we put on the tan flesh a while ago, just to darken it a little bit and get also into the recesses. The skin washes from Army Painter, again, amazing. Can't go wrong with them. A little bit of dark tone now on the boots, and as well as that big pike of his. We're going to put in that. And as you can see, the boots now just really look amazing with the wash, and the pike is going to look even better. You can see the mechanical part of it. A little dry brush of matte white just on the top of the plumage there, or whatever it's called, just to really make that also pop. Now here comes the beautiful final touches on all the armor, and it's shining silver. And I'm getting mostly just the raised edges of the shield. I'm gonna get all these little ornaments on, or like ornamentations or whatever, on the drapery that's on it. Now I completely forgot to do that bottom part. I was gonna just dry brush over it, to not, because that's gonna be very long to paint that little area. But I forgot, and it ends up being just the blue. But you know what? It ends up looking nice, and looks like it's part of the embroidery, and it's not too eye focusing on the bottom part, because it would have been a lot. Now doing around his helm, I took my time and just did some edge highlighting pretty much here with that shining silver, really make it pop. The bolts on the mechanical arm there, and then I do the glove with it as well, and it was still in the matte black primer. So I just try and get mostly like the edges and stuff. I don't fill it up with the shining silver. And it really gives that glove effect of having like this armor. And then I got this little ornament on his cloak there, and all these little pieces on those straps or whatever that are hanging in front of him as well. Just again to go around. And like I said, I could have done the boots with some more of the shining silver as well, Now I'm going to do as breastplate here. I'm going to do a little area on there as well to make that pop a bit more. And I'm also going to do that giant belt, thinking it's the bottom of the armor of the top part, and giving it a nice little silver belt to it. Makes it look just amazing. And look at that, the Hoplite Leader is painted and ready for the table. I hope you enjoy, folks. Hit that subscribe button, consider joining the channel. I want you guys to spend less time painting and more time gaming. We'll catch you all in the next one.